Hey everybody there, it's Mac, and today I bring you a new book review video. Now today we will be explaining Dear Evan Hansen. Now the way we're going to do this is I'm first going to give you a little synopsis on the book. I'm going to give you what my favorite thing was about the book, and then I'm going to see or let you guys know if the music from the musical is in any way accurate or true to the book. And then we'll talk a little bit about the movie, and then we'll wrap up the video. Cool? Cool. Alright, so disclaimer, that shouldn't be a disclaimer. There will be spoilers, and I hope that if you're planning on reading the book, watching the musical, or watching the new movie coming out in 2021 in September, that you will most likely not watch this video and come back to it later. So let's get right into it. This book is basically about someone named Evan Hansen, who is a teenager in his senior year of high school going through anxiety. He has social anxiety, all the works. Well, there's this kid named Connor Murphy who is kind of a school outsider. Like everyone knows who he is, what he's done, but no one knows him truly. And unfortunately, at some point, this kid kills himself. R.I.P., right? Well, they find a letter on him addressed to Dear Evan Hansen. And as you can probably tell, his parents are like, this must have been a friend of his that he was writing letters to. Well, you can kind of get the picture. Evan with anxiety, he doesn't want to disappoint anyone, so he sells his big lie that him and Connor were best friends. He goes as far as to fabricate emails, and at some point it all comes falling apart, as it typically does in movies and shows. Well, the interesting thing about this book is that it does a really good job at tailing you along, and at the end it kind of does a nice wrap up. So one of the best things about this book is that it gave you Connor Murphy's perspective after he died. So it basically developed his character more after he passed away. You know what I mean? So basically he died, but there were parts in the book, like increments, that he could pop in and explain his side of what he was thinking and what happened in his life. And you eventually find out some very interesting stuff, which I honestly would have never guessed. So, like, rock on, right? Another thing I like about the book is how it conveys social anxiety and anxiety. So, basically, Evan Hansen is a character that has social anxiety and anxiety. I say both because I'm not sure if there's a big difference, but he basically has social anxiety. Like, he struggles talking to people, communicating. Like, his hands get really sweaty very easily. Like, he's just, like, basically a hot mess, right? Well, throughout this time, though, you can really tell that he has, like, social anxiety, like, with what he's thinking in his head, which I think that's what, what's his name? Image? The author did a really good job at conveying, like, that emotion of fear, anxiousness, like, not knowing what's going to happen, you know, like, messing with your, like, that, like, this book made me want to mess with my hands while reading it. I obviously couldn't do that because I was reading it with my hands. But that's what this book did. That's what the book did. That's what it always does. Like, it just gets you very anxious, and it shows, like, it gets in the head of the character, so you're automatically like, okay, this is a very interesting book. So that was a good thing. The next thing is it does a really good job at, like, flowing with the story. Like, there were parts in there where I was like, is this necessary to have? But then later on I was like, yeah, this is exactly necessary to have, because it would flash back sometimes. Like, it would flash back to him talking about Elson Park or whatever, you know? Like, like, everything in the story just works together. Like, it all flows really well, in my opinion. So, I do think this book is definitely worth the read. Right, now about the songs. Now, if you've ever listened to the musical songs, they are terrific. Like, I haven't even seen the musical, and I've listened to all the songs. Albeit, I listened to them all on a playlist, on Apple Music that I, like, repeated while I was reading or while I was just doing random stuff. Now, a lot of them are my favorites, and I actually bought or I, like, downloaded. But one of my favorites is You Will Be Found. It really does, like, it does go along with one part in this book where he's at an assembly and he's speaking to everybody. So what I found about the music is that the music has a lot of stuff from here. You know, it does contain a lot of things accurate to the book, which is what I really love, being a musical and a book nerd. What I love is when books stay true or when things like when songs, movies, or anything based on a book stays true to the book. Like I said with Flip 3 weeks ago, I loved how it stayed true to the book for the most part, or for what they could do. Like there's a song called You Will Be Found that's based on the assembly scene. There's Only Us, which is Zoe's song that she sings in like maybe three-fourths way into the book. It's just like, do you have a map kind of conveys like the parents' emotions of like, I don't know what I'm doing with my kids, you know, that kind of stuff. So I think the movie, like the songs did a really good job at like conveying like what's happening in the book. So like, in all honesty, you probably just need to listen to music. You don't even need to read the book. But I recommend you read the book so it makes sense. Thoughts about the movie. I'm very excited for the movie. I think I watched the trailer, but I didn't record myself watching it, so no one will be getting a video about that. But I thought it looks really good, like very well produced. It has Ben Platt in it. I think it has the person who plays Connor in the musical too. It's just, I wonder how they're gonna do the scenes with Connor being like a ghost or whatever, like a being here, and like I don't know, like I wonder how they're gonna play this. Like, are they gonna show as much as they can, or are they just gonna do like the bare minimum? Are they gonna cut out some scenes with the Murphys? Are they gonna add Connor's scenes and cut out some scenes with Zoe? Like, you know, like how are they gonna balance this out, right? The one thing I'm concerned about is the Connor parts, because like that's a very important part of the story, like having Connor speaking his side of the story. And then the epilogue type thing, like I want to know if they're gonna wrap up everyone's character like a year later. I wonder if they're going to add in a lot of the Murphy scenes type thing, you know. Basically, I'm just like trying to think of, okay, so what's gonna happen, you know. My only hope for the movie is that it stays true to the book, but it also like conveys the emotions you feel when you read the book. So like the social anxiety, I wonder if it's gonna have the music in it, which I'm very excited to know, because I'm assuming so, because they hired Ben Platt and I think the actor for Connor in the movie, which why would you do that if they weren't going to be singing, right? But yeah, so that's my take on the book. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this wasn't really a super informational video, but I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked the book if you decide to read it. I will definitely be going to watch the movie when it comes out. And you'll see another video very soon down the line. So yeah, have a great day.